Y'all YouTube, man, we are back again with another video, and today I'm coming at y'all with my week 3 fantasy update. But before we even get into all that, I have something to talk about. So y'all know that I'm a man of God. Y'all know that I'm a man that wants to use the platform that I have been given, the platform that God has blessed me with, to spread his gospel and everything like that, right? Y'all know that. But with that, I have something to say. I have a few things to say. First of all, I am a man that has struggled with lust. Still struggling with it, still struggling with sexual sins, still struggling with lust even as we speak, right? I'm tired of it. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I'm done with even giving it any of my time. I'm done with having sex with girls. I'm done with looking at stuff that I should be looking at. I'm done with entertaining those thoughts, entertaining those actions, looking at girls lustfully. I'm done with all of that. Because I have been choosing lust over my intimacy and my relationship with God for far too long, and I'm not going to do that anymore. So I just want y'all to know that. I don't know why I'm telling y'all that. I guess y'all can be kind of my accountability partners in this. Like, I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just one person watching this video that just locks in and says, hey, I'm with you, homie. Like, I appreciate that, bro. But I just want y'all to know that. And I had to say that just to get that off my chest. But also, I want to say something else. We are living on borrowed time. We see people die young every day, every single day, not just in America, but throughout the world. So if God put something on your heart for you to do it, go do it. Go give it a try, because stepping out on that leap of faith for God will always be more worth it than living in fear and never knowing and always having that regret. Even if it doesn't work out the way you plan it to, God's plan is the holiest plan. God's plan is the perfect plan. God's plan is the plan for your life that you should trust. If you believe that God is who he says he is, which is something that I've realized that a lot of my problems with lust and a lot of my problems with like trust issues and all of that has been because of a lack of faith, a lack of belief that God is who he says he is, because of my own issues in my life that I've gone through. But if you believe that God is who he says he is, and if you don't, that's okay, because maybe you're not at that point yet. Pray that God will show you who he is, and pray you got to get in that Bible and you have to go and look and see who God is for yourself. You'll never know who God is if you don't look for him in your own life and if you aren't locked in. But bro, just go out and do something if God has told you to do it. We are living on borrowed time. You could die in 5 minutes, you could die tomorrow, you could die in 50 years. We are living on borrowed time. It's not about how long you live, it's about what you do while you're alive. I could die tomorrow, and while I'd be disappointed in things that I didn't get to do, with sins that I was still struggling with when I died, one thing I will be proud of is the fact that I A, started this channel, and the fact that I B, used it to spread God's word, God's love, and God's message. At least sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might not do it in every video, but I'm going to start doing that in every video, because I need y'all to know that that's who I'm grounded in, and I also want to inspire y'all. I want to help y'all, and I want y'all to know that the things that you're going through aren't alone, okay? Now, with all that said, let's get into my terrible fantasy team, because we're 0-2. We lost by 9 points. I'm upset, because let me tell you why. Thursday Night Football, I had high hopes, because I had Achane and Cook each go out there and get 30 points, basically. And then Sunday, the noon slate or the 1 p.m. slate at East Coast time comes around. And I see Anthony Richardson going out there losing to Malik Willis and throwing 2 interceptions and only getting 44 points. I see Jahmyr Gibbs going out there and having a pretty good game, right about what his projected was. I'm not mad at him. I see CeeDee Lamb going out there, and if it wasn't for that 60-yard touchdown he had or something, he didn't do a damn thing. He didn't do a doggone thing. Because I'm trying to get better with that too. Like, even though I don't really think of damn and hell and stuff like that as curse words, I do want to get better with that stuff too. Because, like, I don't know. I just feel like I've been backsliding recently in my faith. Like, I just feel like I'm not making God proud, like, with my relationship with him, like, my relationship with my girl. With just the things that I'm doing, I just feel like I haven't been making God proud, and I want to make God proud. So, I don't know. I'm trying to lock in a peep game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really connect with God and do things better. But, anyways. I saw Garrett Wilson go out there, and him and Aaron Rodgers didn't do a doggone thing. Aaron Rodgers specifically didn't do a doggone thing. Please throw Garrett Wilson the ball more, please, because I can't keep starting him and then, you know, oh, you throw it to him for like a quarter or something or a half and then nothing else. Isaiah Likely, you fooled me. You fooled me. Because, like, I mean, it's not really that he fooled me, because I didn't have high expectations for Dalton Kincaid, and I was like, dang, I do need a backup tight end, and he was just the best option on the waivers. So it's not really that he fooled me, it's mostly that I just needed a backup option, and Dalton Kincaid got, what, 2 targets or 1 target, and they didn't come to the fourth quarter last week, so, yeah, that 4.6 really didn't help. Oh, and please, I'm gonna get started on his team in a minute, just don't even wait, don't even worry, because dear God knows I was upset. 49ers defense. You got dotted up by Sam Darnold. Younghoe Koo, great game. I'm not mad at you. And on my bench, you look and you see Zay Flowers with 22 points. You see Kyler Murray with 80 points. And then you see Austin Eckler with 11.5. Now, Austin Eckler, I couldn't have put him in for anybody. The only person on my lineup that got less than him that I could have put him in for was like Garrett Wilson, but I couldn't put him in for Garrett Wilson because he's not a receiver, and Garrett Wilson wasn't in my flex, so I couldn't have done that anyway. But boy, I should have put Zay Flowers in, and the worst part is I had Zay Flowers in over Achane, but then I saw that Achane was playing. I'm like, oh yeah, of course I'm putting Achane in. Obviously, that ended up being a correct move. What I should have been looking at was maybe we should think about Flowers over Garrett Wilson. See, to me, the thing was I'm thinking these two guys are never really coming out of my lineup except for on a bye week. I'm an idiot. Because they should definitely be able to come out of my lineup. Kyler Murray's put 80 points on my beloved Rams, and Anthony Richardson had half of that on the Packers, who were missing their starting quarterback and lost the game to Malik Willis. All right, let's look at his team. Lamar didn't really do anything. Like, him and Anthony Richardson had like the same points for most of the game, and obviously Lamar ended with more, with like 13 more. But for me to be going against Lamar, that's probably the best I'm going to get is just the 57 points. And I choked it. Isaiah Pacheco did a little less than he's projected, but had a good game. Joe Mixon didn't do anything compared to what he did in week 1, but then you get to his receivers. You get to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who last week had 3 points or something like that, and on me, he puts up 26, and he didn't even have a touchdown. This man did not have a touchdown and put up 26 points and got hurt late in the fourth quarter. And he still put up 26 points. He could have put up 30-something. It didn't matter because I lost either way, but like, yeah. And then you have Marvin Harrison Jr. All 32 of his fantasy points came in the first quarter. I was watching this game, and when I was watching it, I think I was up like 60 or something, and it was like the person I'm playing against had a bunch of people left to play, and I had almost nobody, and I knew I was going to lose because like a 60-point lead's not enough when both of our QBs have already played. And I think the only people I had left was like, I think I had Younghoe Koo, and that might have actually been the only person I had left to play. Now that I'm looking at, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the only person I had left to play, and he had a bunch of people left to play. So then I see Marvin Harrison go out there and cut the lead in half with a 32-point first quarter, and I'm thinking, oh, he might put up 80 after that first quarter. Now, he didn't, but it didn't matter because 32 was plenty. Jalen Waddle didn't do a doggone thing. Dallas Goedert didn't do a doggone thing. His defense did well because, of course, he has Steelers defense going against Bo Nix. Justin Tucker played well, but he should have had 15, 16 points if he doesn't miss a field goal. I'm just upset because it's like I could have done things better. He could have put in Jameson Williams over Jalen Waddle and it would have had more points. I could have done better. It's not like this is one of those games. Both of the first 2 weeks were bad losses because I could have won. If I stuck with my gut, and this is what I'm going to stop doing, bro, because like Thursdays, Saturdays, sometimes I'll end up switching things. I'll end up moving people in my lineup. I'll end up switching picks that I made, and then always those picks end up being wrong. I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to stick with what my first mind is telling me, and I'm going to lock in. I'm going to say, okay, this is what I put. This is who I'm sticking with. This is who I trust, and unless something insane comes out, I'm not switching it. So now, let's go to my team for this week, and let's see what I'm going to do. Anthony Richardson versus Chicago. Chicago's defense just played well against Houston and C.J. Stroud, and they have a good secondary. Their D-line's not great, but they have a good secondary. Anthony Richardson might be able to run the ball all over them, but I don't think he's going to be able to throw it all over them. So Kyler Murray. Detroit's defense is not bad either, and their secondary did get better. Do I trust Kyler Murray more, or do I trust Anthony Richardson more? Anthony Richardson is one of those guys where it's like if he's not hitting on the deep ball twice a game, it's not worth it because his completion percentage is probably going to be under 50, 55. So it's probably not worth it because, I don't know. I mean, he might be able to run on Chicago, but Chicago has some good linebackers too, so it's not like he's going to be able to run the whole game. I'm going to put Kyler Murray in. And, I mean, I don't really go by projections. He is projected 10 more points, but I don't go by projections. Zay Flowers versus Dallas. Dallas's defense just got ran all over, but they didn't really get passed all over besides Rashid Shaheed. CeeDee Lamb is questionable. What do you mean? What do you mean he's questionable? Yeah, okay, sure. What do you mean? Non-participant due to an ankle injury. Oh, perfect. Anyways, Jahmyr Gibbs versus Arizona. I mean, do I have any? I don't think I really have anything else that I would really put in. Austin Eckler versus. Now, Cincinnati has been run all over, at least, especially in week 1, but I think they're going to kind of lock in after starting off 0-2 and losing in the way they lost to Kansas City. So I'm not going to put them in. I might put the Bengals defense in. No, the Rams are so hurt. No, I'm going to keep them in. I don't care about projections. I'm going to keep the 49ers defense in because the Rams are so hurt. But am I, though? Because I don't know. These matchups between these teams always are kind of interesting. Whereas Cincinnati's defense is going against Washington. But Washington's offense isn't terrible. It's their defense that's really bad. They offense isn't terrible. Now, they did just get only 7 field goals versus the Giants last week, which is interesting because, like, how could you not get a touchdown on the Giants? I mean, they won the game, but, like, This is interesting. Isaiah Likely versus Dallas. Oh, Dalton Kincaid versus Jacksonville, 100%. Dalton Kincaid, Jacksonville's defense is not good. I don't care what anyone says, it's not good. James Cook versus Jacksonville is staying in. Garrett Wilson versus New England. Now this is interesting. Because Diggs is playing Minnesota. The only person I'd probably put him in, I'd probably think about all three of them over Garrett Wilson right now. I'm not going to lie. Mostly I'm thinking about Zay Flowers, but I'm also thinking, like, I don't know, dude. Do I trust Zay Flowers to have a big game? I kind of think, if anything, Likely might have a better game on Dallas than Zay Flowers. God, speak to me, God. Show me, because I do not know. I do not know. I mean, this is a Thursday night game, right? So, I mean, at least if Garrett Wilson does bad, I'll know by tomorrow, which is cool. But, like, how many targets did he get last week? I don't even think he got a lot. Yeah, I agree that more is expected from him, but, like, yeah, the defense has only allowed one pass touchdown through 2 games. And now, granted, I did just watch Geno Smith throw for 300 yards on them. Granted, I did just watch that. Like, I watched both Jackson Smith and Jigba and DK Metcalf get over 100 yards, and I watched Geno Smith throw for 300-plus yards against them. So, like, I can't, like, this is interesting. This is so interesting because I'm going to keep Garrett Wilson in for now. And I just said I wasn't going to do that anymore. I'm just going to stick with who I trust. I'm going to trust Garrett Wilson. I'm going to trust that these first 2 weeks have just been down weeks and that he's going to do better. In the first week, he didn't even do that bad, really. What did he have in week 1? Oh, never mind. He only had 12. I thought he had more than that. That's probably because in the first half was probably all of his 12. Dang it, bro. He's only had 22 total? That's kind of insane. I'm going to start Bengals defense, am I? Is that what I'm going to do? They gave Patrick Mahomes trouble. Now, I get they always play better against Patrick Mahomes for some reason, but, like, they give Patrick Mahomes trouble. Do I trust they're going to give Jaden Daniels trouble? Yeah, I kind of do. Zay Flowers. Do I put Zay Flowers in over Garrett Wilson? Am I putting anyone in over, like, would I move Achane up here and would I move either one of you down? Arizona didn't really get the ball ran on them a lot. I did not mean to do that. Arizona really didn't get the ball ran on them a lot. Like, the Rams really didn't do anything crazy against them, rushing-wise. But, like, he's also going to be a threat in the passing game, and we know that. I'm gonna trust Gibbs in the passing game. I'm gonna trust him in the passing game. I kind of want to start Zay Flowers over Garrett Wilson, but I'm not going to. Even though I don't think Dallas's defense is actually all that good. I kind of want to start one of these two. I'm just not sure. I'm not going to move Dalton Kincaid because Jacksonville's defense isn't good. I think he should be able to get at least a touchdown this week. I want to start one of these two. I just don't know which one, and I'm not going to start either one. I kind of want to, but I'm not going to. All right, listen. Let me look at my matchup, and if the matchup is something where I'm projected to lose by a lot, projected to lose by 11. Brock Purdy versus the Rams, I don't think he's going to have a huge game. I'm not going to lie to you. Josh Jacobs versus Tennessee, I don't think he's going to have a huge game. Well, actually, they're still without Jordan Love, so he's going to have a good game, probably. Chris Olave hasn't done anything in fantasy yet. Brian Robinson, I'm not really too worried, but he's been doing good, but I'm not really too worried. I don't know. Actually, I kind of am because Cincinnati's defense did get gashed. I think they're going to be locked in this game, though. I don't know why. I think they're going to be locked in. Brandon Ayuk has not been good to start the season. Travis Kelce has not been good to start the season. Jordan Mason's kind of scary. Jaguars' defense is not scary to me at all. Jake Bates, Detroit's kicker versus Arizona, is also not super scary to me because I think Younghoe Koo could do some things. I don't know. The Chiefs' defense is really good, so hopefully he's settled for a lot of field goals and he makes them all. I'm going to stick with this lineup. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with my lineup. I'm going to say, you know what? Okay, I trust my guys. I trust my team. And, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to trust my team. I'm going to trust my lineup, and that's what we're going to go with. Tomorrow, y'all are going to see my week 3 predictions. Hopefully, they'll go better than they've gone the last 2 weeks. And hopefully, I can say the same thing about fantasy. Hopefully, fantasy will go better in this week than it's gone the last 2 weeks. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. And whatever God has put on your heart, go do it. Live for God before it's too late. Live for God while you have the chance. All right. He's worth living for. I promise you, he is. You're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some relationships and everything like that. But he's worth living for. I promise. He's worth the risk. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, man.